Greetings, Fortniters. This is JikkySef. We're going to use Taskmaster in this match. Taskmaster, Tony Masters, is a fictional character appearing in comic books published by Marvel Comics, created by writer David Michelini and artist George Perez. The character made his debut in the Avengers number 195, May 1980. So he's a product of the 80s, my favorite time period for music, possessing photographic reflexes that allow him to mimic any fighting style at the cost of his long and short-term memory. He has served as an adversary of superheroes such as Captain America, Ant-Man, and Spider-Man, among others in the Marvel Universe. He is usually depicted as a mercenary hired by numerous criminal organizations to act as training instructor, and is the biological father of Finesse, which is also a shampoo. Don't forget to finesse your hair today, my friends. Alright, we're going to Dirty Docks, and we're going to visit 0 Point Batman. We're just cruising over that Guardian Tower. Whatever happened to the Guardian Assassins? I heard they're on vacation. They're down at Believer Beach. They rented a room at the giant hotel there. I heard they're going to tear that down and put in a Motel 6. I'm just kidding. There's the two cranes. I'm a quarter Ukrainian, speaking of cranes. A quarter Belarusian and half Polish. And all JikkySef. There's 0 Point Batman, who they're mistakenly calling Armored Batman. I think it's time to come correct. That's an 80s hip-hop term, to come correct. I used to listen to hip-hop in the 80s. Looks like they're trying to abduct my saucer. That's pretty fun. Imagine if I got abducted, saucer and everything. So in this match, I'm going to repeat the performance from the very last match with the Flash. I'm going to try and visit all 3 superhero NPCs. 0 Point Batman, Beast Boy, and Clark Kent, aka Superman. So let's read up on some in-story information about Taskmaster. His alter ego is Anthony Tony Masters. Team affiliations, AIM, that's MODOK's team. Agency X, Cabal, Frightful 4, Initiative, Secret Avengers, Shadow Initiative, SHIELD, and Thunderbolts. Notable aliases, Tasky Contingency T. Boy, that's a mouthful. I think it's easier just to change your name to Taskmaster. Abilities: Master Assassin and Tactician, Master Martial Artist, and Hand-to-Hand Combatant. I wonder which styles he's proficient in. Maybe Taekwondo, Karate, Kung Fu. Expert Swordsman, Marksman, and Archer. Voice Mimicry. And finally, photographic reflexes. The character has been adapted from the comics into various forms of media, including several animated television series and video games, like, say, Fortnite. A female version of Taskmaster, named Antonia Dreykov, appears in the Marvel Cinematic Universe film Black Widow, which came out this year, portrayed by Olga Kurilenko. Looks like someone got that chest already. We could use some brick or stone, whatever you want to call it. I think they call it stone, but they give you the picture of a brick, just to confuse us. I'd love for them to ease up on the quests. They seem to be appearing in Fortnite daily. I just can't seem to catch up. Alright, there's a whole bunch of wolves there. I don't see Beast Boy on the bridge. Maybe he's in the water. Look at that, 12,000 XP for collecting meat. I could have just went down to Ralph's and picked up some cold cuts. Since we're talking about comic books, Collector's Paradise in Canoga Park, California. That's the comic book store featured in the Bat in the Sun Super Beatdown videos. They're having free comic book day today. Just stop in the store and they'll give you 5 free comic books. They of course have to choose them for you. Alright, let's check out the publication history of the Taskmaster. The Taskmaster first appeared briefly in the Avengers number 195 in May 1980. Created by writer David Michelinie and artist George Perez, making his full debut in Avengers 196 in June 1980. And as you can see, we found Beast Boy lounging in the water. Next up, we're going to find Clark Kent down in the farm. That reminds me of the musical Oklahoma. A lot of good songs from that. One of my personal favorites is Oh What a Beautiful Morning. I just made a pot of coffee and I'm drinking my first cup. Oh, what a beautiful morning. There's the Taskmaster using his fine sword. We're going to get back in the saucer here. These have successfully replaced the Choppas. You guys remember the Choppas from a few seasons ago? Those are great for getting from one end of the map to the next. The Taskmaster appeared in his own limited series, Taskmaster number 1 through 4 in 2002, which was followed by a supporting role in Agent X number 1 through 15. That was from 2002 to 2003. The character went on to feature prominently in Avengers The Initiative as a supporting character in numbers 8 through 19 from 2008 to 2009. In Avengers The Initiative Annual number 1 in 2008. Then, later as a central character in number 20 through 35 from 2009 to 2010 during the Dark Reign and Sage storylines. Age of Heroes number 3 in 2010 provided the prologue for the Taskmaster's second limited series, Taskmaster Volume 2, number 1 through 4, in 2010 and 2011. In 2011, Taskmaster got his first solo graphic novel, collecting a 4-issue story, Taskmaster Unthinkable. As part of Marvel's 2012 to 2015 rebranding, Marvel Now, Taskmaster joined a new team of Secret Avengers. Can you guys smell that? That's Martha Kent's apple pie. I bet you she's got one in the window. I'm just kidding. Alright, here's Clark Kent. What's up, dude? Defending truth, tolerance, and justice. Yada, yada, yada. He's got his little speech there. We all know that you're really Superman. No need to hide it from me. I got a Marvel character in a DC season that's just like me. Don't forget to get this chest up here. You could have seen me getting this in the very last game. This game ends at pretty much the same place as the Flash game from yesterday. Alright, let's get up on the roof and check out that chest. But first, we gotta remove this tree. Oh yeah, I forgot I parked the saucer on the roof. That's convenient. Here's the chest. What do we got? Anything good? The Propifier. I'll take a hard pass on that one. Didn't quite work out for me in the last game. Right, let's go visit this Guardian Tower here. That is an epic quest. Speaking of epic quests, if you want to unlock Shadow Superman, you have to complete 84 epic quests this season. So make sure to get on those this weekend. And don't forget to finish your legendary quests. They're only around for 1 week. Dr. Sloan has something fun in store for you. That's for sure. And don't forget to collect your week 10 alien artifacts. There's 5 new locations for those. One of my favorite resources is In the Little Woods YouTube channel. He'll show you exactly where they are. Also, there's some free guide quests. All you have to do is hit the various ATMs around the map, and Ryan Reynolds will give you some quests to perform. And that unlocks the free guy emote. We talked about that yesterday. Fictional character biography on the Taskmaster. Taskmaster is a mysterious figure believed to have been born in Bronx, New York City. I've been there. He has the ability to mimic the physical movements of anyone he witnesses. Writers differ on whether this counts as a superpower. I think it does. He claims that he has had this ability since childhood. He works as a combat instructor and trains others to become lackeys for other villains by utilizing the techniques he has learned from his observation of superheroes, and participates in mercenary jobs from time to time. Initially portrayed as a villain, he has also been shown training U.S. Agent and other neophyte superheroes at the behest of the U.S. government. Well, if you're working for the U.S. government these days, you're going to need your vaccination card. He already wears a mask, so that's not an issue. As a mercenary, he has no ideology except that of his employer. Due to his ability to imitate the techniques and armory of other heroes and villains, Taskmaster has occasionally been used to impersonate other characters. It's kind of like a parent. Alright, let's take down this saucer here. You got a nice hit on me? Alas, you are going down, my friend. Alright, we're gonna shield up real quick before we get back in the saucer. We've only got 10 health, so this is pretty iffy. Looks like a straight up miss, and we're going down. Alright, let's do battle. I'm gonna imitate this opponent's moves, because I am the Taskmaster. But first, we're gonna have a big chunk of meat here. This is the leg from a wolf. I wonder if they sell those at the county fairs. Probably not. We're healing up fine here. Just a little bit more shield, and we'll be ready to go. Cutting through my roof here. Alright, it's go time. Come into my world. And we just took Kit out of the game. That was nice of you to drop in and say hello. Alright, back to learning about Taskmaster. Tony Masters first demonstrated unusual abilities during childhood. After watching a cowboy show on television, he found himself able to duplicate the sophisticated rope tricks he had just watched the cowboy perform. Psychiatrists, called in at the mother's request, determined that the boy had a form of photographic memory, which they called photographic reflexes. He employed his powers several times during his youth for personal gain, most notably when he became a star quarterback of his high school football team. After watching one pro football game, upon graduation, he briefly considered a career as a crime fighter, but opted instead to be a professional criminal, which he perceived to be far more lucrative. Boy, he could have went either way with that, right? He then began a program of observing the fighting techniques of numerous costume heroes and villains, using archival television news broadcasts. He initially used his fighting skills to execute several successful grand larcenies, but he had not properly anticipated the dangers involved. He decided to use his stolen capital to establish a center for training aspiring criminals to turn into polished professionals. His goal was to become a supplier for criminal organizations around the world. This is a great place to touch down. Craggy Cliffs is just below, and here's FN Radio, home to my favorite DJ. Designing a costume with a white cowl and skull mask, he took the name Taskmaster and began to train many thugs at criminal academies he had located around the United States. However, his existence was eventually revealed when Pernell Solomon of the Solomon Institute for the Criminally Insane, sounds kind of like Arkham Asylum, a front for one of these academies, used the school's resources to create a clone of himself when the administrator required an organ donation due to possessing an extremely rare blood type. The clone, learning of this fate, managed to contact the Avengers. Taskmaster captured Yellowjacket, the Wasp, and Ant-Man when the Avengers invaded the premises, but the Avengers followed, exposing his front operation. Taskmaster held his own against Captain America and Iron Man, however, was subsequently forced to flee after a confrontation with Jocasta, since his lack of experience with Jocasta's abilities made it impossible to predict the robot's next move. Taskmaster later established a new training academy in Manhattan, where he battled Spider-Man and Ant-Man, and then escaped. He later used a traveling carnival as a mobile base, where he battled Hawkeye and Ant-Man, and then escaped again. Look at that, I got 17,000 XP. Awesome sauceum. And there's an elimination. Taskmaster next trained henchmen for the Black Abbot. Alongside Black Abbot, he battled Spider-Man and Nomad, and escaped yet again. Here we are at Dinky Dish. That's a pretty funny name for a landmark. Deciding to further explore the use of a circus as a front for his academy, Taskmaster took over yet another small outfit, and used it for many months to great success. However, while it was playing a small town in Ohio, The Thing and Vance Astrovic, who would later take the name Justice, assisted a government agent in foiling Taskmaster's activities. While escaping, Taskmaster was captured by a group of U.S. Secret Service agents and taken into custody. Storm is moving again, so I better move. I'm still on the hunt for some more health. Maybe we'll find it down here. There is reason to believe that the Red Skull was behind the Taskmaster's capture, since a group of normal men were able to capture him. Through Douglas Rockwell, the head of the President's Commission on Superhuman Activities, Mr. Smith arranged for Taskmaster to train John Walker in order to make him appear to be the real Captain America. Yeah, look at that. We got ourselves some meat. There's some meat still walking around. Maybe we'll take that out. No, I'll go for the med kit instead. I want 100 health for the end of the game. In order to conceal the Red Skull's involvement, Rockwell had the Commission work out a deal to have years taken off Taskmaster's sentence in return for training Walker. After Taskmaster successfully trained Walker, the Red Skull arranged for him to escape from the Commissioner's detention center so he could continue training lackeys and Red Skull himself. Having escaped the authorities, he set up a base in a derelict graveyard in Brooklyn, where he battled Spider-Man and then escaped. Taskmaster then competed in a contest against Tombstone, where he battled Daredevil and the Punisher. Taskmaster's more skilled, successful, and notable students include such characters as Crossbones and Cutthroat, both the Red Skull's henchmen, U.S. Agent Hauptmann Deutschland, Diamondback, Steve Rogers' one-time girlfriend, Spymaster, Spider-Woman, and Agent X. On the other hand, Taskmaster also trains many of his students to serve as low-rent henchmen and cannon fodder. That'd be an interesting name for a Fortnite character. Cannon fodder. Take note, Epic Games. In his early appearances, Taskmaster mentions putting intellect-reducing drugs in the diet of his students. Check that out, the plasma cannon at its finest. Ooh, we got 33 damage. Otherwise, I found this is a pretty useless weapon. Taskmaster also routinely sent groups of his more disappointing students to serve as sparring partners for the Red Skull, routinely engaging several of them at a time and killing them all. Hauptmann Deutschland infiltrated the academy and used one such session as an opportunity to kidnap Red Skull. He has also employed other supervillains, such as when he hired Anaconda as his academy's calisthenics instructor. Alright, you guys can read up the rest on Taskmaster All you gotta do is type in a Google search for Taskmaster, and that should take you to Wikipedia. We're gonna get our head back in the game here. There's only 2 other players left, and we've got this guy's number, I have a feeling. Alright, let's just build up our fort here. I'm not quite sure where the other opponent is, so I'm gonna be careful. I almost forgot I had the inflatable. That sure came in handy right there. Alright, where are you at? Alright, they're still building down there. Shoot a plasma burst at him. Nope, he escaped just in time. That acts as kind of a shockwave grenade if you want to knock your opponents into the storm at the end of the game. Alright, we got a little building match going on here. Let's see if I could elevate myself. Come on, John Wicks. Got a nice hit on him. Alright, let's finish this thing. John Wicks capped. And time for the next guy. Bam! Victory Royale for Taskmaster. That was a nice little ending. We're gonna celebrate with my favorite jam here. Smooth jazz. Loving it. Hope you guys enjoyed that match. I'm going to the beach today. That should be fun. Don't forget to support a creator, JikkySef. That spells JikkySef. Boom. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and have a great Fortnite.